Ooh, yeah. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're at Mickey's house. Yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, grab your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that like, don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house, make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayer, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Known in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light, hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's, Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, 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 yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, drop your feet, let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You know you're in a house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light, don't forget. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real, keeps it real. That's the deal, baby. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house, oh yeah. Auntie auntie, come on in and hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Ooh.
Hello, everybody. Hello. You know what? Let me do a little bit of housekeeping right here because these people is pressed. Y'all hear me? These people are pressed. They are out here threatening content creators for reporting on Nolan. Ain't that a blip? So let me just do a little housekeeping so they can leave me the hell alone. Hold on just a second. Let me share this. Let me share this little bit of something. Where is it at? I think that's it. Is that it? Nope, that ain't it. Remove. Yeah, they're out there being real pressed. They're being real pressed out there. Let me share this. If not, I don't give a damn. They can talk to me later. Hold on. Okay, I can't even find it. So at this point, who gives a shit? Who gives a damn? Wow. Oh, there you go. Let me share this little disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Some contents are used for educational purpose under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All credit for copyright material used in video goes to respected owner. So I just said that shit so they won't come fucking with me. Okay. Because otherwise they can kiss my entire ass. We all know what time it is, don't we? We all know what time it is. Hello, everybody that has entered the chat. Hello. I see Adventurous You in the house. I see Miss Purple. Blocks. Ooh, okay. Let me turn up my glasses. I need to turn the volume up on my glasses. Biox Nazarity. Hello. How are you, sweetheart? I hope I didn't I will mess up a name in a heartbeat. So please charge it to my head, not my heart. Kathy Mitchell is here. Barbara Edwards is in the house. I see y'all. Hello, Discerning 8. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see y'all. I'm so glad to see y'all. I am pressed about this whole thing. I'm pressed for different reasons than these folks is pressed. These folks is pressed because the heat is on. The heat is on. See, when people get a little bit close to the nefarious movements of other nefarious peoples, they start doing nefarious things to cover up their nefarious shit. That's the best I can come up with in terms of I am pissed. I'm really pissed at this whole thing. They dragging this family through the mud. They just lost their son. And now they dragging the mama. They go into her review section of her job, leaving all these old crazy comments and stuff about her not doing a good job, which we all know. They know. Her job knows what she's under. Let me share this shit. This pisses me off, I swear. They will try everything. They will try everything. Let me see, where is it? Where is her Instagram? There we go. Thank God there's no okay. Okay, this is Christine's site. She's a primary care provider. And they're dropping all these crazy comments and stuff on the website. Now, this one right here, I'm going to have to see if I can enlarge in it because it's still pretty small, but let me read it to you. One comment right here next to her picture says, 1 star, would not recommend her. Another one, 1 star, I wouldn't trust her to care for anyone. I don't hate anyone that much to recommend her. Her oath is to do no harm. Right. Unfortunately, I'm looking for another medical provider. I don't feel Christine has my best interests at heart. I should be treated the same as her patients that share her skin color. So, who's claiming this ain't about race? Mind you, none of these people that left these are patients. Allegedly. I'll throw that word in there too, since they seem to be pressed for certain verbiage. Mind you, this woman hasn't been to work since the 3rd of July. July the 3rd. Adventurous Youth said Ben Crump is holding a press conference tomorrow on this case. I'm glad. And I'm glad he's holding a lot of stuff close, because too many people are out here throwing all kind of information out here that ain't true. You just gotta let the man do his job. And I know it's easy to read into. I do too. I ain't gonna lie. Because it's blatant. It's out there on the wall. Like, shit, damn. Like, we ain't got eyes. We can't see what y'all doing. These people that got money think that they can just, pay their way out. Let's just pay our way out. They did it for themselves. Now they do it for their kids. And it's sad. It's really sad, because we all know if the shoe was on the other foot. Barbara said, same hospital that Bart's dad works. Oh, Bart's dad works there. Imagine that. Good old Bart. Bart been protected until now. Because now Bart's pressed. Oh, let me get out of this page. Because we know this woman is only doing what any mother would do to get to the bottom. Yeah, they're trying to sabotage her profession. Now, this part I didn't know, Barbara, and I'm glad you said something. Same hospital that Bart's dad works at. Well, imagine that. 21-year-old Bart. I reemphasize that. 21-year-old Bart. Because when you watch them videos with bootlicker, Coonavision, Black Coon, he know who he is. When you watch them interviews, they went out of their way. Them 2 young men that got up there and did their little, shucking and jiving. When they got up there and did their little interview with the Coon Master, they went out of their way not to say other people's names other than Nolan, because they're protecting each other. But there was one particular name that stayed protected more so than others, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And that was Bart. We didn't know nothing. We didn't really know nothing about Bart until we heard that recording out there on the boat that they claimed that they were on, but Nolan wasn't on. Oh yeah, I knew Bart's dad was a doctor. I knew that. But see, that's why I said earlier, my opinion, they were jealous of Nolan because Nolan didn't need the backing of a rich parent to make it in life. He had the juice on his own, and it had nothing to do with race. He had natural talent. He didn't have to pay for his talent. He had it naturally. Hold on just a second. Yes, that brother had it naturally. But you know what? I got to give his mama all kinds of credit. All kinds of credit. Because mama done come back fighting. Hey, Pickles. How you doing, sweetheart? Nolan's mama is, man, she's the truth. She is definitely the truth. Let me share this with you. Sweetheart is not playing. According to the Sun Herald, parents of Nolan Wells' friends and local officials are told to expect a lawsuit. And guess who that's coming from? Yes, sir. Mama, right there. Right there. It says the same day Nolan Xavier Wells was laid to rest, attorneys representing his estate sent a notice of intent to pursue litigation on behalf of his estate to Wells' friends. I'm going to stop calling them friends. We got to find another word for that. Everybody's saying fake ass friends. I want to go deeper than that. I need a word to go deeper than that. Beside fake ass friends. Because we got all kind of fake ass friends running around here. But these dudes claim to be his boys. They didn't give two shits about Nolan. Let me keep going. I'm going to come up with a name. I'm going to come up with a name to replace friends. In the meantime, I'll go alleged friends. So it says, the same day Nolan Xavier Wells was laid to rest, attorneys representing his estate sent a notice of intent to pursue litigation on behalf of his estate to Wells' friends, or fake-ass friends, or alleged friends, or dudes that just hung around him because they couldn't, get no play without him in their presence. Whatever the case may be. Their families and others connected to the investigation into the 18-year-old's death. The move came after a Jackson County Chancery Court judge appointed Wells' mother, my hero, Christine Wansley, administrator of her son's estate. She signed the paperwork the same day as the funeral. Nationally known civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who is not licensed to practice law in Mississippi, is working with the Ridgeland law firm Carroll Bufkin PLLC. Attorney Gary Bufkin signed the notices. Bufkin has represented several high-profile clients, including defendants in the Jackson welfare probe and the unrelated Jackson bribery case involving Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens. Copies of the letters obtained by attorneys representing some recipients notify them of potential litigation related to Wells' death after he disappeared during a 4th of July trip to Horn Island. Wells, who was black, traveled to the island by boat with a group of white guys, so-called friends. These guys returned to the mainland without him, telling authorities that Wells stayed behind to talk with a girl and other friends. But we don't know who them other friends are. Imagine that. 2 days later, a National Park Service ranger found Wells' body on the northwest tip of Horn Island, which ironically happens to be the last location he was actually seen. And that's strange in itself. Wansley, who was appointed administrator of her son's estate, retained Crump to investigate the circumstances surrounding Wells' death. The preservation notices were sent by a Mississippi attorney working with Crump. I can't stand these ads. Man. Although many of the letters were sent to the parents of Wells' boys, similar notices also were sent to entities involved in the ongoing investigation. The letters instruct recipients to immediately preserve all evidence in their possession, custody, or control in its original unaltered form. Boy, they gonna play hell with that one. They also direct recipients to suspend any automatic deletion or overwrite functions that could destroy evidence. Specifically, recipients are instructed to stop automatic deletion or overwriting on cell phones, computers, video cameras, and any other electronic devices capable of storing data. The notices also direct recipients to prevent electronic devices and systems from automatically deleting or overwriting information after a set period. The preservation notices demand that recipients retain evidence across numerous categories, and I'm telling y'all, this is a long list. This is a long list. That includes the following electronic communications, which would be text messages, iMessages, multimedia messages, WhatsApp communication, Signal communications, Telegram communications, Snapchat communications, Instagram direct messages, Facebook Messenger communications, emails, all draft emails and messages, group chats, deleted or archived communications capable of recovery. Under the category cellular, telephone, and electronic devices, the following is sought: cellular telephones, tablets, laptop computers, desktop computers, smartwatches, cameras, external hard drives, USB storage devices, SD cards, any other electronic storage device. For each device, preserve the complete contents. In addition, the following is listed under the title Metadata: documents, emails, text messages, photographs, videos, audio recordings, GPS records, social media content, electronic files, deleted information, modified information, edited material, archived information, hidden information, replaced information, information scheduled for automatic deletion or otherwise altered. As a matter of fact, if your grandmama got some stuff hiding in her drawers, you better go get that too. I'm just saying. If grandpa got something hiding out between the pages of his Playboy magazines, go get it. Go get it. Because it's about to get funky. Under surveillance and security, the following is requested: marine surveillance, dock surveillance, parking lot surveillance, nearby business surveillance, residential surveillance, traffic cameras, law enforcement surveillance, communications of all kinds. The following is sought from prosecutors. Yeah, they're going to have to give up some shit too. Investigative files, communications of all kinds with law enforcement, including text messages, instant messages, and emails, witness interviews, recorded statements, photographs, videos, grand jury material to the extent preservation is required by law, digital evidence received from any source, correspondence concerning his investigation. Information's even being sought from the medical examiner. Huh? Didn't they say they wasn't turning over nothing until the grand jury sees it? Yeah, okay, well, starting here, we're talking about autopsy reports, preliminary findings, finals reports, toxicology reports, histology, x rays, CT scans, photographs, scene photographs, evidence logs, chain of custody, biological specimens, tissue samples, blood samples, DNA evidence, internal notes, communications of all kinds concerning the examination, including text messages, instant messages, and emails. And not to mention physical evidence sought. Okay, is clothing, footwear, jewelry, life jackets, personal flotation devices, cellular telephones, watches, eyewear, backpacks, bags, rope, coolers, any items recovered during the investigation. Cloud storage and backups, boy, they got some shit to, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. See, they had no idea. They had no idea that they gonna have to have a bigger broom than what they came with. Apple iCloud data, Google Drive, Google Photos, Microsoft OneDrive, Dropbox, Amazon Photos, Carrier Cloud backups, automatic device backups, internet and search history, browser history, internet searches. Then there's internet and search history, which would cover downloaded history, deleted browsing data, images, videos, and audio, upload history, cached internet data. I'm loving it. Images, video, audio, and other evidence sought would be raw images files, original image files, metadata associated with every image and video, voice recordings, voice memos, telephone recordings, recorded interviews, recorded witness statements, dispatch recordings, voice recordings, radio traffic recordings, location information, GPS history, cellular location history, Google timeline data, Apple significant locations, find my phone locations history, navigation app history, geofence information, marina docking records, vessel tracking information. And in addition, the letters request preservation of the following. Boy, they got they work cut out for them, because they probably done started trying to get rid of shit. Now they try to get it back. They got to try to get it back, because it's gonna look even worse on them. Vessel registration records, ownership records, rental agreements, marina records, dock assignment records, slip records, fuel purchase records, security recordings, private security camera footage, any other surveillance recordings related to the investigation. The letters demand preservation of all communications related to Nolan Wells, to include any witnesses, other occupants on the boat, like Bart. Who is Bart? We gonna find out a little bit more about Bart, because Bart done suddenly lawyered up too, but I digress. The facts and circumstances surrounding Wells' death and events occurred between July 2nd through the 6th, 2026. Communication with all law enforcement about the incident and investigation. Communications with medical providers concerning Wells. Communication with Wells' family. Communications with news media. Communication with insurance representatives. Social media posts, messages, and discussions concerning Wells or the incident. Boat records, electronic chart plotter data, engine data, safety equipment inventories, passenger manifest. It goes on and on. Let's just say they gonna have to preserve every dadgum thing that they can think of, and then some more. Here's the letter. And see whose name's up there. Judge Ashley Cole. Dear Judge Cole, let's see, representation. This firm and our co-counsel represent the parents of Nolan Xavier Wells, deceased. We are investigating Nolan's death, which occurred in the early days of July 2026, on or in the vicinity of Horn Island, Mississippi. Please address all future communications regarding this matter to me and my co-counsel. If you are represented by counsel, please forward this letter to your attorney. Bloody, 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 blah. It is on and popping, y'all. It's on and popping. Everything I just read to you is pretty much in this letter. I don't know who they thought they was fooling with. This is their FAFO moment. This is their FAFO moment. Because at some point in time, you got to pay the piper. And for years and years, decades and decades, and even centuries, things like this have been covered up when it comes down to Black people, especially in Mississippi. But not only Mississippi. Let's not just single out Mississippi. They've been doing shit like this in the Deep South for the longest, but it's even trickled up here to the north, over on the West Coast, over there in the middle, in all over the damn country, shit. Ain't nothing new under the sun but the year and the way they go about hiding what this system was designed to do. And that was to protect one demographic and throw the others out in the street, up under the jail, whatever. So now we got a new player in the game. We got good old Bart Edmonston. And Bart is pressed too, because until just recently, nobody was really tripping about who Bart was, because wasn't nobody talking about Bart. Until we heard that recording, that actual recording that sounded like something happened and someone said some things that sounded very similar to "Is he dead?" And damn, Bart, those things were clear, very clear. But we're gonna take a look and see who Bart is. Let's see who Bart is. That's Bart. Hi, Bart. Bart's a football player too, He plays for the University of Wyoming. He's a football player, yes. And Bart, unlike the others, are of legal age. So let's talk about that. Because for the most part, we're looking at crimes that have taken place that are clearly crimes. Now, nobody's coming out saying this one did this one did that, but let's be real. Those young men were drinking. Now, right now, they're trying to put all on Nolan. They're saying that, oh yes, Nolan was out there. He was really, really highly intoxicated, but they ain't said nothing about themselves. But according to the law, under 21 individuals, it's a crime to have alcohol or, things like that. So would you say that not only if Nolan was drinking, and let's just say he was, let's just for the sake of argument, let's say he wasn't drinking alone. As a matter of fact, if you look at that very popular picture of the 4 guys, I think it was, or was it 5? 4, 5, whatever. No, 4. It was 4 of them. 3 white boys and Nolan sitting there. Who had cans in their hand in the picture? I'll wait. Cans of beer, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe it was Kool-Aid. Who knows? Maybe it was fruit drinks of some kind, an energy drink of some kind. But in that picture, that same picture, Nolan had nothing in his hand. But this is what they do when they want to make the victim guilty. They flip the script, and now they're making him, because he's not here to speak for himself. He's not here to defend himself. So this here is Bart Edmondson. And I really don't care nothing about his family background or none of that. Enough is enough. We all know the rest. He's just like them. The only difference is that he's 21 or above. What does that mean? He's legally responsible for some things. Like, maybe we need to find out who supplied the alcohol or who was driving the boat that he apparently wasn't supposed to be on. As a matter of fact, his statement was that he wasn't in Ocean Springs. Or did he say his hometown, which is actually like 20 minutes away from Ocean Springs? But he claimed that he wasn't nowhere to be found. He wasn't around, but you clearly hear them say his name on that boat. So, Bart, he done gone and lawyered up. Okay? And we'll cover that a little bit more too. What I want to share with you guys first, though, because you guys know I love Trent out loud, and he comes with the smoke, and he's going to bring some information that I probably haven't retained in my little old head, because I'm geriatric. So let me go ahead and share this screen, because he has quite a bit of information, and I may have covered some of it, but he'll fill in the blanks. Hold on just a second. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, hold on. Quit tripping. My computer's tripping, y'all.
Yesterday, the white elite in Mississippi tried to tell us that what we were hearing on the advanced audio was not true, because they had two witnesses on Horn Island that said that Nolan was seen after the boat left.
Now, isn't that ironic? When the shit get funky, then all of a sudden, two people have appeared out of nowhere. Two people come out of the blue after, of course, TMZ had to backpedal a little bit. I don't trust TMZ either. TMZ, it can be bought and paid for. So, y'all, if you watch TMZ for information, you might want to reconsider that, because they're bought and paid with a price. They roll for whoever team pays the most money. That's who they roll for. And it's just ironic that after new information comes out, after all this time, they've been on television, in the media, all over the place, imploring people to come forward that may have even been on the island. People that could have seen something. Because the parents have always stood by, I just want the truth. I just want to know what happened to my son. I need to know. She's not out here pointing fingers at people. But see, the reason why these boys are so suspect is because it's based on the moves that they had as soon as something popped off. They acted guilty. If you act guilty and people don't even know that something has happened, if you start acting guilty, of course somebody gonna look at you crazy. when everything is displayed out there in full view for everyone to see? And so now we've got two new witnesses that have remained unnamed, of course. They're just random people that, poof, I'm here. Guess what? I saw. So now we've got somebody coming forward saying that Nolan was on the island after the boys left. And that's only because they have that audio on the boat, which was clear that Nolan was on. Okay, where's the button at? Push the button. Push the button.
And when nobody believed that weak excuse of having two witnesses seeing Nolan, the white elite in Mississippi quickly moved on to phase 2. The white elite in Mississippi called their pals down at TMZ and asked them, can you please put out another sham story for us? Can you please try to let people think Nolan Wells was heavily drinking before his passing? Newsflash, we're not going to believe this story either. But don't get it twisted, because even though we don't believe them, that is not going to stop them from trying.
By the way, remember, Warren said that he's the first one that called the Coast Guard, but the paperwork has Bart's name on the report. Imagine that. And this situation here is sad too, because this woman, not the woman on the screen, but her wife, is the one that cleaned up that audio, and now she catching hell. This is the wife.
Because now they're actively online trying to bring down Janetta Brantley, the black woman who put out the enhanced audio of the 3 white boys' dispatch call. The white elite in Mississippi want you to know that Janetta has a criminal record. But what they don't want to tell you is that it's a simple misdemeanor charge. Yeah. Like that has anything to do with her skills of being an audio engineer. And now, unfortunately, Ashley, Janetta's wife, has to be out online trying to save Janetta's name. But ladies and gentlemen, have no fear of the opposition, because Mama Nolan is here. Christine, Nolan Wells' mom, put everybody who's involved in the Nolan Wells case on notice. Christine has let everybody involved know that if she cannot beat them in criminal court, she's coming for everyone's bank account. And we know the white elite in Mississippi love their money. And Christine has also subpoenaed every single social media platform on the planet. Christine says she wants access to every single app that her son ever texted, posted, or communicated on. And y'all hear me say this every single day. This channel is in support of Nolan's mama. Shout out to Christine. There has been a ton of developments over the past 24 hours in the Nolan Xavier Wells case. Sit back, relax. I'll tell you everything you need to know, and then I'll hand it off to you, the Out Louders. Let me know what you think in the comment section below.
I love Trent Out Loud. He is no joke. I love him to death. So here we go. Oh, before we get started on that, we have something in the chat I want to bring forward. It says, Charlene Miller, she says, hi, everyone. You all need to look up Katie Hudson Seymour. She is Warren's mother. We've been looking at the wrong Katie. Okay. Because I know that the picture that they had of Katie, that they were saying the same Katie that Nolan was with used to be with Bart. But I could look at that picture and tell that wasn't the same girl. I mean, in the picture, they both looked alike in the same picture. That was an AI picture. So, but yeah, we're definitely gonna keep looking at that. We're gonna look at all of this stuff, Charlene.
Breaking news from TMZ. Nolan Wells' witnesses claim he was drinking heavily before his passing. Nolan Wells was drinking while partying with friends on Mississippi Horn Island before his passing, according to new reports, aka the white elite in Mississippi.
Funny that they still say, they don't say they. they say that Nolan was drinking all by himself. He the only one that passed out. He's the only one that was unalived. I mean, really? Y'all that alcoholic that alcohol don't affect you as bad as it did Nolan? Is that what you're saying? That's how I look at it. If you're saying that he was, you know, heavily intoxicated, y'all drinking the same stuff. But this is victim shaming. This is another form of victim shaming, and the man can't even defend himself and say, no, I wasn't. Because here's the part that gets me. Nolan was on a mission. Nolan had something to do come Monday. This is all happening on a Friday. And Nolan is not dumb. Nolan is ambitious and is on a mission, and he had something very, very important to do on Monday, and that was the tryouts for football. This was his future. And you're going to have to really, really convince me wholeheartedly that this young man would throw all of that away for a July 4th weekend fun-filled day with the fireworks, because it would have turned up in his bloodstream on Monday, and I'm sure he would have known that. So I don't know, but I find it less likely. I'll put it like that. I actually trust his ambition over their eliteness any day.
Citing preliminary information in a document from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, ABC News says witnesses told investigators the 18-year-old was drinking heavily with his buddies on the island on the 4th of July before going missing. Once again, as soon as we get this enhanced audio, we get all this breaking information. For the past 3 weeks, the DA, the government officials, the police department all said, we're keeping everything sealed. We're not telling y'all nothing. We're going right to the grand jury. But all of a sudden, we get an enhanced audio. We have questions. And now all this information gets leaked to.
Here's the thing. It came from TMZ. And we know, if you didn't know before, hey, Lady Letitia. Hold on just a second. Uh-oh. If y'all didn't know before, I'm going to let you know now. TMZ pays for their information. They pay people for information. And I know this to be true because I witnessed it. So anybody, some random person can come off the streets and say, I seen a blue turd flying through the air and hit somebody upside the head. And they'll listen. And if it suits them, they will purchase that story. I heard this happen during the Angie Stone situation. It was not about Angie Stone. Let me just put that out there. But someone that I was dealing with let me listen to a phone call between them and TMZ. And I listened to the whole conversation. Catherine Powell, if you're trying to come up, I need to see your face first. Okay, sweetheart.
Let me turn the camera off. Okay.
Hello, love.
Hi, Auntie Mickey. Can I type it in the back chat? It wasn't for, I was trying to send it to your email, but I couldn't remember which your email.
You know what? Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to see it right now anyway, because I don't go through my emails and stuff during the show. But if you need to put something in the back chat, go ahead and do that,
Right.
and I'll read it.
Okay.
But you're free to sit up here too if you want to say something. You don't have to be cammed up.
Okay, Auntie Mickey. Okay.
But it's totally up to you. You feel free to you can kick back and be up here with me. I think Lady Letitia's on her way as well. I think.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine.
So yeah, but what do you think about this whole situation?
Auntie Mickey, I think that even if they oh, first of all, good evening, Auntie Mickey. Good evening.
Good
I
evening.
think that even if they arrest these young men,
Uh-huh.
I don't think they're going to get the type of justice that they're looking
That they
for.
deserve. Exactly. Exactly. They never have. I mean,
I
historically they haven't.
Right, but that's not the issue. The issue is that uh these young men have lied about what has happened and are trying to, well, let me say this, allegedly are
Right.
trying to cover it up,
Uh-huh.
because that phone call that I heard yesterday or the day before, well, I heard it a couple days actually. It sounds like somebody said called his name and then was trying to make sure if he was okay. I don't know if they what they did to him because I wasn't there, but it does sound like something physically was done, and maybe they were hoping that he would respond or come back or whatever. But
Right. Yeah,
when
it
that
sounded bad. It sounded awful, whatever the
the,
case was.
the fact that somebody would say that they would take your phone, like somebody told me earlier
Uh-huh.
that they would. I mean, I actually had somebody tell me that they were going to get in my phone. And then the thing that I said to them was, if it makes you happy, if that's what makes you happy, you still on my phone, knock yourself out. When
So
people want to argue over,
somebody you know, well, this ain't pertaining to this situation, but you ran into a similar situation. Is that what you're saying? Where
oh yeah,
somebody
somebody
tried to
stood
take
up
your
to my face. They told me that you have this type of phone, that I have an iPhone, and
phone?
they stood up to my face and said, "Ain't no protection against people getting into your phone. If they can, if even though you have it password protected over the okay, but here's the whole thing about you knowing anything. I don't care what. So I just, I tried not to come out my character because I love the Lord and stuff. I
Right.
tried not to. See, I tried not to cuss them out, Aunt Mickey, but this is what I told them. I
Listen, I
don't really care what you think you know about me. You don't have a heaven to hell to put me in. And just because you
exactly.
get in my phone and find out some stuff about me, I don't care what you think you know about me.
Yeah.
You're
Do
not
what you want
Catherine,
to
and you
do.
don't answer to any. You don't when they call my name, you don't answer. So
Exactly.
you getting in my phone, you illegally hacking my phone, getting into my phone. What does that do for me? I mean, they stood right up to me and said anybody can get into your phone because they have. So what? So you can get in my phone. What is that going to do for you?
All
I
that's going to
can't.
do is give them some kind of psychological power for themselves, because if they come to the wrong person and say that and it has no impact, then what do they achieve?
It didn't have no impact when they said it to me. Besides the fact of them saying that you when you have an iPhone, somebody can hack into it. Okay, I don't go around hacking into other people's stuff. I don't need to steal other people's stuff at all. So them saying that I couldn't date my phone could be hacked into. Okay, if that's what's gonna make you happy. I don't
Exactly.
need to I don't need to hack into nobody's phone to see what their private information is or find
Right.
out anything about them. So them saying that to me didn't do it really didn't do anything for me.
Right. Right. They was
It
just trying to
just
intimidate you. That's what that was. Trying
well,
to scare you.
if they did hack into my phone and they whatever they wanted to find out, it's not gonna make break or here's the whole thing. You can't move us so different around people that are determined to find out whatever it is because here's the whole thing. What is you finding out whatever it is about me? How is that going to help you? I'm
Right.
still going to be Catherine when I wake up in the morning. I'm
Uh-huh.
still going to be Catherine when I go to bed at night. You finding out anything about me? What is that going to do?
I know that's right.
Well, I
I
mean, I'm just trying to. That didn't because they was like, well, yeah, but what is that going to do for you? I'm
hmm
still Catherine. Like that didn't I didn't understand what you telling me I don't care what you know what is that's not putting money in my pocket.
Exactly. And
I
near the
mean,
that I
right.
mean, a lot of times people that do stuff like that, it takes a sick mind, first of all, to even go to those lengths to say that to someone, and they don't stand to gain anything from it other
I
than,
mean,
psychologically, oh, I'm bigger, I've got the juice, or I know more than you do. So
okay.
guess who
You
knows more than you? God. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes when you close your eyes for the last time, sir. Out here doing
yeah, that
mischievous to people. Mm-mm.
I think that after listening to the situation with Nolan, I think Nolan Wells, I think that he was around enemies that he thought was friends.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. My
I
whole
think that
point.
he was when that young man stood right up and said that he had his phone. Like the people didn't pick up on that. When somebody outright in an interview says I had his phone, you
Mhm.
were crippling him so that if he needed to call for emergency, he wouldn't have been. Nobody picked up on that. That
Right.
young man sit on a panel and said, "Well, I had his phone with me." Right, you had his phone so that if he would have needed to call for emergency, he couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
There's no phones on an island.
Mm-mm. But now someone did lie and say there was no phone reception, and that was proved to be wrong. So the more that they talk, the more their lies are exposed. That's the beauty of this. There's nothing that we can do about what happened to Nolan, but what we can expose is them. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't the first time this has happened. Not
I'm
by a long shot.
I'm going to type you something in the back chat, but please don't read it out.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to talk. Matter of fact, let me let Trent talk, and I'll keep my eye on here.
Two witnesses yesterday says, hey, we seen Nolan at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, long after those three white boys left on the boat. And now all of a sudden, now we have more witnesses that, oh, he was drinking. He was dead. But I digress. Let me continue. The document contains an email giving a physical description of Nolan as Marines patrol scour the waters to try and locate the teen. The rest is just information that you already know. But before we go over to that email, I just want to show you something they wrote about Benjamin Crump. You'll see later on in the article, TMZ writes, Mississippi authorities say they believe Nolan drowned, but representative of Nolan's family, namely civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, have implied that something more nefarious could be at play. Implied? Yo, we have tons of evidence that could imply that more nefarious stuff took place. Are you kidding me? The cell phone, the keys, the enhanced audio, the pictures, that we can go on and on and on. We've been showing you more things for the past 3 weeks.
Hold on just a second. Kendra Roberts said if I had anything to do with it, I wouldn't I wouldn't everybody starting with the so-called friends too, Vicky, the Cito person, the lady who took the call to the granddad. I mean, everybody who had a hand in this. I think I understand what you're saying, Kendra, and if it is what I think it is, I agree. I think a whole lot of people are involved with this, just not just them boys, not just that boy's mama, just like the grandpa. Grandpa's in it too, as far as I'm concerned. That's how it looks. That's not necessarily the truth, but that's how it looks. I'll put it like that. Anything is possible. Hold on just a second. Okay, let me go back.
So, yeah, Auntie Mickey, what's kind of getting to me is they allege that Bart was going with this young lady. Now, whether he was going with her or he wasn't going with her,
Hmm.
I don't after listening to I listened to quite a few lives, but the live I've really been listening to the most has been Smoking News TV. Wait a minute, hold on. Smoking News TV. I've been listening to that. And
Hmm.
so they were playing the calls, playing the lives and all this stuff like that. So yeah, I just been kind of I listened to it last night. Yeah, so that's basically where I'm at with this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's nerve wracking. It really is. It really, really is.
I think that because modern technology, when that stuff happened with Emmett Till, it was really easy for them to just lie and say, and I can say lie, and say that
Right.
he did that, right? With
Yes.
Nolan Wells, because there were people that had recordings of the phone calls and all that stuff like that. These people are not able to lie and
Hmm.
say anything.
Correct.
So what is going on, what is occurring now, is going on and is occurring now is the tape is being played of them calling for help.
Uh huh.
And you could actually hear on the tape them saying, "Is he okay?"
Yeah.
So that right there lets you know that I don't know whether something physically happened, how he showed up at the second autopsy was just that right there was just telling. Uh,
That, see, you know what? Sometimes it's not what you can present, it's what you withhold. And by withholding those specific things for the second autopsy to be performed correctly, those things that were withheld would prove the drowning.
right.
That's the lie they're trying to push.
I don't. I
And
just
I
don't
call it a
think
lie
I've never
because,
heard
go
of
ahead.
nobody being drowned and you would take apart their neck.
Well,
I mean, I
there's
don't know.
there's two things that go with that. The possibility that his windpipe had been impeded by somebody or something, if you know what I'm saying.
Right, I got that.
That would prevent that as well. Because that redness in the back of his head, see, they can't just cut off that part too. They
Right,
had to leave that and let people wonder, you know. But
right,
the fact that they took his larynx and that bone that I cannot pronounce what the name of the bone is. See, that the trachea could have easily been collapsed, so to speak, which would impede his breathing. But what would also happen is that if he had drowned, water
right,
would immediately not just go to the lungs, but even the micro, what do they call it? I can't remember what they call it, but even that water would leave some type of indication that it had gone through his trachea. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So there's everything that they could have used to prove that he drowned, they withheld. But this is the story you're saying that he drowned, but you kept everything that would prove your story.
I just
So, there's more than one thing that two things can be true at the same time. That they know that he didn't drown, but they don't want people to find out how he really died because the proof is right there in what they withheld, including the contents of his stomach.
right, right, right. Yeah,
Because
it's
it
just
doesn't go to the lungs, it would also go to his stomach. If there was water from that if there was dirty water that went into his stomach, it would be found there. And there's micro little critters, I'll just call them little critters in that water that would eventually show up wherever whatever they touched inside of his body would have shown that it had drowned him and attached itself to those areas of his body. So the fact that it's like this. When they say you throw a rock and hide your hand, that's the game that's been played through this entire situation. Okay. I'm going to make a phone call and report my guy as being, missing. And I'm doing a good thing, but now they're being attacked, so I'm a victim. You threw a rock when you made that phone call, and you hid your hand when you hid that phone. See, everything that they're doing is suspect, and now they're claiming victimhood because people are calling them on their shit. People are calling them, but look, they seem to have this understanding that they have so much money that even the smart black people, that they can beat the smart black people too. You can't beat everybody. And sometimes it takes more than just a few people to holler the truth from the hilltop, for the word to get around. But this story has literally gone viral because trust and believe, even the legacy media wasn't even reporting on this until
Yeah, I
the media reported it and forced it out there.
yeah, and yeah, I'm wait a minute, hold on, it's getting ready to get dark. I'm getting ready to get up. Hold on. I'm
Okay.
getting ready to get up, it's getting dark. Yeah, because these people that never come, I called them and I just can't sit here all night.
No, baby,
Cause
if you gotta jump off, I totally understand.
no, I don't gotta jump off. I'm just getting up to move because it's getting late and yeah, and folks didn't come when I called them, so I'm just not gonna sit out here all night. It's this area that I'm in is not a great area.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so I know I ain't sitting out here all night. I don't care what, you know. I ain't sitting out here all night, and
that's
I
right.
don't see the
Oh,
one thing that I don't do. I see Mickey is if I ask somebody to do something for me and they don't do it, I don't
uh-huh.
really hold on. I don't ever really get mad when people don't say that they're not going to do something for me. I get mad if they wait until if it's today and I needed it today, you tell me today, because
Right.
that jams me for that day.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't understand why my landlord is bent out of shape, but life goes on and mine will definitely go on.
I know that's right.
I can tell that he's accustomed to dealing with people who I'm gonna say this and I hope he's listening. He's accustomed to dealing with people that he either plays games with them or however it goes. If I paid you my money, I was never playing the game with you. If
Exactly.
I paid you the amount of money that I paid you, I
Yeah.
know I wasn't playing the game. Now you might have been playing the game,
Hmm.
and you probably do this to people all the time, and
Wow.
that's wonderful for you. But see, I don't deal with those type. Anybody that knows me knows that if Catherine gave you her money, she really thought that you was on target and you wasn't. So that's why you acted the way that you acted, and that's cool. That just let me know not to deal with you no more. See, pay attention, not
Hell.
to deal with you anymore because you're not straight up. Because if you, mm-mm. I have appointments to get to tomorrow, so I have to tonight go do something. I mean, you know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah. Well,
I gotta
without
go do
going into
something.
without going into any detail, because this is your own personal business. I don't want your business out there in the street. Just get safe. Be safe. Just be as
Well, the
safe as
thing,
you possibly can.
listen, the thing that I'm going to do for myself is I'm going to make some tracks. Well, I just missed the bus. I didn't know the bus was coming actually, but that's not a problem because the bus comes sudden and I can always go. The thing about me is I always keep car fare.
Mm.
So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Always keep car fare,
Yeah.
and it's just like what I told you earlier. When you're around, see, when Auntie Mickey, listen to what I am telling you. When you are around people that do not listen, I'm not a rich lady. I assure you that I'm not. I don't have a whole lot, but listen, some of the stuff that I have, I'm talking about clothes. Some
Mhm.
of the clothes that I have, although they're name brand, they were donated. I didn't
Mhm.
buy them. So when people sometimes are jealous because I have a Anne Klein dress on how do you know that that wasn't donated? I got
Yeah.
it could have been, but why are you worrying about what I got on? See, that's the
Right.
whole issue.
Right.
It's because listen,
Right.
I got two incline dresses on me right now. Right, they're legitimately mine. They came out of my closet. But the point is why are you worried about something that was in my closet? The jacket I have on is a Liz Claiborne. How do you know somebody didn't give that to me?
Right.
Right, I don't. Most of the time when I have name brand stuff, like my coat, my church coat, a Muslim gave me my church coat. The
Uh-huh.
girl, the girl didn't even believe in God. She said, "Here, Catherine, you go to church. I got this Liz Claiborne coat for you."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Well, here go a few dollars." She said, "No, I didn't give you that coat because I didn't give you that coat because I wanted money. I gave you that coat because you always go to church and you ain't got no church coat to wear."
Right.
So
Right.
sometimes when people see me with stuff, either they thought I stole it, or like my son just went in my own closet at my mama house and gave me my dresses, not nobody else's, my
Mm-hmm.
Anne Klein dresses. Somebody would think, wait a minute, I need to still, I don't, baby, listen, sometimes it make me mad. Why? Because you really within the confines of your mind don't think that I stole my own stuff. You sound ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But why are you so intertwined into what? First of all, everything I got, Auntie Mickey, is old.
Mm-hmm.
Anne Klein dresses. These Anne Klein dresses this is 2026. Them Anne Klein dresses about 10, 15 years old. They
Mm-hmm.
ain't new. Do you even see Anne Klein in the store anymore?
Child, I don't even be looking. I don't go
But
shopping.
I'm just saying I don't even
Yeah.
see Anne Klein in the store anymore. For somebody to get touch moved and bothered about that.
Yeah.
I ain't seen Anne Klein in the store in years.
Mm-hmm.
That's how old those dresses are. But somebody who don't know would think these incline dresses came out of my closet over at my mama house. But why are you that intertwined? What I'm wearing ain't gonna help your cause.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I
Well,
have dresses that are really old. But
yeah.
that's what see when you are around people that don't have anything, that's what they think. That
Yeah.
you stole your own stuff. That's not
Mm-hmm.
my story. But
Well,
I think go ahead, Auntie.
I was gonna say you're free you're still free to hang out here if you like. I'm gonna go ahead and play the rest
Okay,
of
okay.
it. Okay. Hold on
All
just
right.
Talk about, look, he's implied. You're making it seem like he's implied because he's some crazy person. Let's move on to this email about Nolan drinking. Oh, sorry. Before I go on to the email, I just want to show you TMZ's own comment section not believing any of their stories and blaming them for trying to paint a narrative for the opposition.
y'all TMZ ain't shit. Excuse my French. TMZ ain't shit. I'm gonna say it 3 more times. TMZ ain't shit. TMZ ain't shit. TMZ ain't shit. No, let me go.
TMZ, the people used to could rely on you guys for your investigative reporting. Now TMZ has turned into those old school tabloids just reporting anything anybody says without doing your own research. Thumbs down for you guys. TMZ is owned by Fox. Crap journalism is a feature, not a bug. Bread and circus. Just wanted to show y'all that it's not only us, but TMZ's own readers don't even like TMZ. But let's go on to the email. Here you'll see here an email exchange between the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources and the U.S. Coast Guard received by ABC News describing Nolan's alcohol intake as heavy. This information comes from witnesses who made the initial call to DMR. The toxicology report, along with the state's autopsy, are not expected to be released until they are presented to a grand jury. And you'll see the email here. It says, "Good evening. As part of our response to MSDMR request SAR data related to the missing person, Nolan Wells, the MDMR will use this data to start scanning the area. While information is still limited, we request the following be used for the data." You'll see here it says date July the 4th, 2026, time 6, location, the coordinates. It says subject black male, 6'1", tall, 180, food intake unknown, alcohol intake heavy, clothing swim shorts only. This is only what people are putting out as a description. You don't know heavy, light, if he was drinking or not. How do you know? But this is the story that ABC and TMZ want to run with. If y'all
Exactly.
cannot smell the corruption cooking in the air, then I just don't know. Something might be wrong with y'all nose. And if something is wrong with y'all nose, I'm going to cook up something that has such a smell and an odor that you will not be able to deny it, because the white elite in Mississippi is not only working with TMZ, they're also working to drag down Janetta, the Black woman that first put out the enhanced audio.
This is the one I was telling you about that did the enhanced audio that we could all hear the background noise. She cleaned it up and she didn't use AI to do it, y'all. So this is who he's talking about.
From the Cito dispatch call. You'll see here pictured right beside me, Ashley, who is Janetta's wife. And I feel so bad for her because Ashley is trying not to get involved in all of this, but she is doing what a good partner will do and of actively trying to protect Janetta. I'm going to play a video for you in 1 second, but I just want to show you the things that Janetta has been going through and posting on her Facebook. You'll see here Janetta posted, "This will be the only time I address this. I've never hidden my past. I've never denied it. The misdemeanor charge on my record are more than 20 years old." And I want to also highlight misdemeanor. "And the people who truly know me have known about them for years. Those records do not define who I am today, the work I've built, nor the person who I've become." Anyways, I'm not going to even read the rest. She goes on to say, "Attempting to discredit somebody by digging up decade-old records instead of addressing the substance of their work is a tactic I've expected from the beginning. It does not change why I'm here."
Okay, y'all, hold on just a second. Just this commercial break. Hold on. Baby, tell him I do not have it. I did not say he could do that. I don't have it. Okay, let's go.
She also went on to post something else, and it's along the same lines, just talking to her supporters, saying that, you know, all of these comments and all these attacks is not going to bring her down and it's not going to stop her. But here is what Ashley came out online to say.
Another clarification, because what lying people like to do is try to shift the goalposts. My wife never claimed to be a professional audio investigator, crime investigator, or anything like that. What's so beautiful about what she did was she's an average person, just like me and you. She's the average citizen who was concerned about a case to which another innocent Black male has been slain and wanted to do what she could to help as an audio engineer in the entertainment industry. Not once did she ever claim to be a professional forensics investigator.
Now, for those of you who follow me daily, you know every single time I talk about this Nolan Xavier Wells case, I try my best to bring y'all some good news, some news that keeps us hopeful in the light of the white elite in Mississippi that are trying to hide and bring this case down. Today, I not only have one, but I got two pieces of very good news, and it comes from my favorite person involved in this case, Christine Nolan Wells' mama.
Okay, y'all, he's going to talk about the stuff that I covered earlier in this live. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the rest of this live, if you don't mind. Because I do still have one other video I need to play. This was actually kind of breaking news when I was setting up this live, okay? Y'all know I follow Willie D, and I haven't watched this video yet. But what caught my attention and what has been going on with this case since Bart was mentioned, and we haven't really even gone into Bart really, but we'll touch on him next live, okay? The title of this video for Willie D was "I was threatened to stop talking about Nolan Wells." This is how far they're trying to go. They're stopping content creators from talking about this case. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to watch this together. I have yet to see it because, like I said, I saw it as I was setting up the live. Okay. So we're going to watch this for the first time together. Hold on just a moment. Give me just a second.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, what do we have here? A threat on my life? Really? So let me get this straight. I've been standing on business since I became a professional rapper in 1989. That would put me right at 37 years of nothing but truth. Daring truth. Confronting all sorts of evil, wicked, powerful, rich, and influential people. Taking them down. On the streets, taking down real bona fide gangsters, real killers, all of that. And now I'm supposed to be scared of a digital message?
They done picked the wrong one. They done really picked the wrong one. Billy D. Lord, I'm telling my age. Willie D is no joke. Okay, Charlene. Love you, sweetheart. Willie D is like, y'all done got the wrong one, baby.
Say, man, I don't know who the hell y'all think y'all playing with, but I'm really, really, really not the one. Or, depending on how you look at it, I'm the one. You picked the right one. Because my heart don't pump no fear for cowards. Cowards that will mask their faces. Cowards that will attack a grieving mother and father whose child was murdered. I have zero respect for those who try to circumvent justice. Zero. See, y'all are used to being bullies. Y'all think y'all in the 1960s where you pick up the phone and, hey, nigga, you better get out of town, nigga. We gonna get you, nigga.
Oh.
I don't know what you heard, but I bust back.
Okay.
And I do go on the offense. So if I find out who you are, expect contact. Why they're attacking me and other creators who are simply just trying to help the family get answers and to protect the public, because you got some killers out there roaming the streets. Yeah. So they need to be brought to justice to save everybody else.
That's right.
So that nothing like this happens again, at least with them. Why are they attacking us? Why not attack these guys? They're the ones who were supposed to be his friends who left.
Now, look at this picture. Let me see if I can remove. Hold on just a second. Let me remove these comments. I can't tell what the boy right here in the blue shorts is wearing, dark blue shorts. I mean, I don't know what's in his hand. What is that? That's a can of something. What is that? That's a can of something. Now, I can't tell if Nolan has got something in his hand or not. Let me see. Can I maximize this? I don't want to maximize it and then mess it up. But the narrative being pushed now is that he was heavily intoxicated. And all three of these young men are 18 years old. Now, who took the picture? I don't know. Maybe that was Bart, the 21-year-old. I'm just saying what I'm saying. But this picture right here is the one I was talking about. Okay, Doodle Bird, he got something in his hand. And still, that may be the case. I'm not saying that, no, he wasn't drinking. I'm just saying the narrative that's being pushed by whoever reported is, from what I understand, Bart filed the report, and then Warren says that he's the first one that contacted the Coast Guard. Wherever they're getting their information from, they're just saying him. So again, the narrative that's being pushed is that this is his fault.
Him on the island all by himself. They're the ones who have been given inconsistent stories. They're the ones who went back home on the boat alive without Nolan. They're the ones who kept his phone, kept his keys, deleted their social medias. They're the ones who wouldn't talk to the parents and give them any answers. Why aren't they being attacked? They're really not being attacked. From the governor to the AG to local law enforcement, they're more on the suspected killer side,
protecting them,
than they are the grieving parents' side. Now think about that. And so I'm seeing everywhere where these uncivilized mutts are attacking the family now. They're attacking the family. They're attacking civil rights activists, lawyers. Mm-hmm. They're attacking bloggers, reporters, journalists, anybody that asks questions about the case.
Anybody that asks questions and puts them in the limelight as to their activities, as to their behavior, as to the moves that they made the suspect moves. Yet they want to play this victim card because people are questioning them. If you play childish games, you get childish prizes. This is what you're asking for. Your behavior is what caused people to look at you crazy. So don't get upset because people are looking at you crazy. You're being looked at crazy because you acted crazy. And you still act crazy. No, nobody's saying that they broke the law in terms of, this, that, and the third. I'm not saying that they did something to him because we don't know specifically if that's the case. We don't know that for sure, but let's look at what we do know for sure. We do know for sure that they claim that they left him on that island. Now that's not a crime, but it shows your character in terms of a friend. A friend would not leave their friend on the island. But the audio on that boat shows that somebody was lying about him being on that island. See, the lies seem to debunk what they're trying to put down as the narrative of the truth. Their movements are debunking the very thing that they're saying. That's like holding up a piece of white paper and trying to convince everybody that it's blue. And we can see with our own eyes that it ain't white, that it's blue. It's a blue piece of paper. Hi, Lady Letitia.
Hi, Auntie Mickey.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hello. I was sitting here listening to you while you talk. It's so interesting What are they saying now, Auntie Mickey? Pretty
Well,
much.
this is Willie D live, okay? And as I
Okay.
was preparing for this live stream, I saw a video pop up, and it's entitled God, what's the title of it? I just made it smaller. It says something about he's being threatened or something like that for his
Oh, the
content.
guys.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one that's speaking right now, because he's been in the paint. He's been going hard in the paint about this case, and he's brought out a lot of information to YouTube in
mm,
terms of what's going on. So this is what this video is. We're all kind of watching it for the first time together because I've never
okay.
seen it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it some more.
Anybody that's pointing fingers at these people who was hanging out with Nolan, they're trying to attack. What they're using is Darvo. Darvo is a manipulation strategy used to avoid accountability. It stands for deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. It was coined by psychologist Dr. Jennifer Freud. It describes a person turning the tables when they're caught doing wrong. Family, are we there? Are we there yet? So let me break it down to you. There are 3 steps of Darvo. Check this out. Tell me if this resonates with you. The offender says the bad act never happened or claims they did nothing wrong. The offender gets angry and insults the person who called them out, trying to make them look bad or crazy. The offender acts like they are the true victim and paints the real victim as the mean attacker.
Okay, let me pause this for a second because clearly we got one of them things up in the chat. Mr. John Doe, let me tell you something.
Mm-mm.
John Doe said that drunken fool couldn't swim, that drunk and drugged. Let me ask you
Oh,
something, John Doe. Considering are you speaking of the individual that passed away? Is that what you're saying? Because if you're referring to him, you must be referring to the 3 white boys that was with him, and they partook as well. So if you gonna knock one, you better knock them all. And while you knocking, let me knock your ass up out of this damn chat before I cuss you out, okay?
what?
With that said, get your ass up out of here. Anyone else that want to come up here and be disrespected or disrespectful, I
Right.
will accommodate you and disrespect you back. Let me see what this
Mm-hmm.
one wrote. When you have an issue mechanically, you deal with it. They gave Nolan the opportunity to come with. He chose to stay. See, I myself would have grounded the boat to prevent sinking. Well, that's normally what one would do. However, were they sinking?
And was Nolan not on the boat?
And
Are you sure?
maybe you didn't know that Nolan is perceived to have been on the boat if you listen
Yes.
to that recording.
Mm-hmm. They
And
called
see,
his name.
and the other thing is that if a boat is sinking, if you look at the edge of that island, there's when Warren took uh Vision out there and was showing him the you know the layout of the land.
Yeah.
Okay. When he was showing the layout of the land, he was showing how this can be knee deep, this can be waist deep, and you see this area over here. You just when you get out to the edge, it can just suddenly drop to 20 feet. Yeah, we understand that. However, it was reported on that recording. He said we are in 31 feet of water.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
GPS that he provided to Cito was not 31 feet out there. It was actually closer, much closer to the island, and they were
Oh.
damn near aground. But if the boat is sinking and someone is towing them from their boat, towing them from the front is not going to prevent the vessel from sinking, it's still going to sink. It's still going to go down.
Mm.
It never did.
No.
So it's questionable that the boat was sinking. If the boat is sinking, the boat would have sunk.
Right.
Nobody came out.
Exactly. You're in 30 feet of water and your boat can't withstand that kind of water.
Pulling the boat would have pulled it down into the water. They were not sinking.
Yeah, no. It don't make sense. And then here comes Grandpa saying they were just fine. They told Grandpa what was going on. And Grandpa helped cover that up.
And Grandpa and see it, nobody knew that audio would be heard. See, they never thought that it would get this far.
Right.
This is the point. They never thought that it was going to get this far to where the whole world is listening to them drunk on a boat.
Yep. Everyone.
And panicking.
Oh,
yeah, they did. You're absolutely right. Mel Gilliam, I believe is your name. I hope I'm not messing up your name.
That's what I believe too.
But that boat
I believe they panicked.
That boat wasn't sinking, especially if it was pulled out further into water. See, the front end would have started sinking.
Yep. And what happened was they called Grandpa, and Grandpa must have told him to call Cito.
Well, here's what I had heard. Here's what I had heard, and I might have misunderstood, but let me see if I can find that information. Because I heard that he has some kind of financial investment in Cito, meaning Grandpa. That's why Grandpa was able to call the Coast Guard directly. And I don't think they expected him to do that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
But let me see. What is his name? I don't know his name off the bat. But he's... Damn. I don't know what Wyatt's grandpa's name is.
Yeah, I call him Grandpa.
So the bottom line is this, that I don't think that they expected this to get this far. And they very well have been panicking off of something that happened on the boat that wasn't their fault. But it's not your actions in terms of what happened to Nolan that's being in question. It's your moves. You broke laws in just the moves on how you reacted. And it's number one, it's against the law for minors to be drinking. That's a crime.
Oh yeah.
You should have gone to jail for that, right?
And driving a boat. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the
drinking and driving a boat.
And then where's the adult? Who's the fifth wheel that took the picture of him? Was that Bart, the 21-year-old that didn't go to jail? Who's a grown ass man? Now they get a little bit of a pass because they're 18, but technically they're pretty much grown too. They're not. So
Bart,
though.
He must the one that got the alcohol. Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, things were done. Holding his cell phone is a crime. You committed a crime.
Mm-hmm. Withholding evidence.
Withholding the keys is a crime. Crimes were done before we even got any kind of explanation.
Yeah, so there could have been any good reason to detain these guys.
But it didn't happen. That's why this is a cover-up. It was a cover-up from the giddy-up. Let me go back to Willie D.
And here's why people use it and its effects. Deflection. It shifts the focus away from the bad behavior and onto a fake crisis. Create chaos, play the victim. Self-doubt. It confuses the victim and makes them feel guilty or crazy. Common settings. It happens in personal relationships, workplaces, and legal cases. Now, I know as I was saying that, some of y'all had an image in mind of a person who's used the Darvo strategy on you. Some of the rest of y'all probably used that on somebody else and didn't really know the meaning of it, but you knew exactly what you were doing. You knew the effects. You absolutely knew the effects. So what I'm saying, fam, this strategy ain't gonna work on me. They've been doing this to me for years and years and years. I mean, not decades, trying to play that. Like, anytime I speak out against the government, if I speak out against law enforcement is doing something shady, right? They do something shady, and I speak on it. They say, well, you're racist. But when my white counterparts speak on the exact same thing in the exact same tone, they're a rebel. They call them rebels, or radical, right? Any one of the R's. Any one of the R's except racist. They never get called racist. White guys never get called racist when they attack the system. When they expose corruption within the system, they're never called racist. They're called rebels, radicals.
That's why so many people, and I'm going to put my ass on the line and say this. That's why we have who we have in the White House. That's why we have who we have in the White House. Because he fits the bill for a lot of things.
Yes.
And a lot of people turn their head and say, oh, no, that's not the case. And then you find out that the person that you voted for is the case in what you might have stood against.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And here we are, 2026.
Yes, looks like we're going backwards instead of forward.
Ain't that what he wanted?
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
Make America great again. Is it great now?
No.
In other words, those that voted, I'm not going to browbeat you, but I will pose you this question. Is this what your interpretation of great would be? Or were you thinking of something else? Because there's a lot of other things that were great back then too that you may have considered. But we're
Right.
talking about an 80-year-old racist.
Exactly.
And many of you are not 80-year-old racists. But now there's
Mm-mm.
some out there that ain't 80 years old and knew exactly what this man was talking about. But I'm not saying everybody that voted for him is a racist in that particular instance.
Right.
Because he made a lot of promises
Mm-hmm.
that didn't get fulfilled. And so therefore he screwed y'all too.
Yep. He sure did.
The very people that put him in office, a lot of those people got screwed over. And this isn't even about him, but here we are. We're looking at a situation that's very parallel to something that happened in 1955 with Emmett Till. Only difference is
Ooh.
that they didn't have the technology
Right.
that we have now. They didn't have cell
Mm-hmm.
phones with cameras on them and things of that nature. So there is a way to fight back what many Black folks knew was a lie then, and they got away with it then because nobody could prove, even though they laughed and shucked and jived and their mannerisms said that they were guilty.
Yep.
But the law was designed to protect them, as it is still.
Mm-hmm. That's a shame.
Let's rock some more with Willie.
And things of that nature. But if you're Black and you call out the system, and you call out the white person who's running this department or that department, or who's in charge of this or that, you're racist. That's a deflection mechanism. It don't work with me. It's never worked with me, and it ain't gonna work with me. Then they try to say, oh, he's just a race hustler. A race hustler? Man, you think I get up every morning looking for racism? Where's racism? I know it's some racism, Ryan.
Woggy, you said, when was it great? That's something you might want to ask them, because I don't know what kind of great they're referring to. But, a lot of people feel like it was greater back then than it is now. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't live that far back to know it was that great, whatever great they're talking about. And
Right.
then Woggy said, is America a digression or progression? I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's a hot mess right now.
That's the
Right now,
truth.
it's a hot mess right now. And I pretty much look at it as just like Satan. Satan has people believing one thing, and then when the time comes that everything is going to
Right.
be great, they find out it was a lie. And that's what
A
Satan does.
lie. He's a liar.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
need a goddamn break, man. You won't give me one.
Oh, Tracy Shorter, thank you for the super chat. Tracy says Grandpa Jerry Atkerson was GM of sales and owner of Ocean Marine Group, which also means he sold CETO memberships, which is why he knew Captain personally, on call, wealthy / powerful and connected. Bingo. Thank you, Tracy. I'm glad you put that out there in
Mm.
writing, because I didn't know how to put that together. I didn't write it down. But I knew that he was connected, very well connected, and it had to do with CETO. So he sells memberships to CETO. That's
Okay.
why he's highly connected. That's why he was able to get on the phone and talk to uh the Coast Guard directly.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tracy. I appreciate you. Let me go back to Willie.
If you don't like being called a racist, why do you work so hard at being one? You think I'm supposed to just shut up and rap?
Or shut up and play
Nah, it don't go like
basketball.
that, man. It ain't never gonna go
Right.
like that with me.
Yeah. Shut up and play basketball. Shut up and play football. Shut up and play in that next blockbuster movie you star in. Yeah, shuck and jive for our entertainment. That's what you're here for. You're here to entertain us, just like slaves had to entertain the slave owners when they had company come over. And they'd pull what was his name? Lou Gossett. He played a slave in Roots, and they pulled him out with his name was Fiddler, and Fiddler would come out there and he'd play his fiddle, and they get to dancing, cause yeah, cause Fiddler could play that fiddle.
Mm.
There for entertainment. Serve us and then entertain us. That is all that you've
Mhm.
always felt, that a lot of black people, and I'm not speaking directly at anybody in here. I'm talking
Mhm.
about some of these racist people that have learned from previous generations of racism that this is what black folks have been put on this earth for, to entertain
Ooh.
them,
Wow.
to be at their beck and call, to be for their disposal. And that's not the case, because
Right.
them very people are going to wake up one day and find out who was really the original people here in the first place.
Oh. Yeah, Auntie Mickey.
See, black folk didn't have to go nowhere and conquer nobody's land,
No.
ever. Oh my God, Mr. Phillips, you done went way back with Mandingo. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we about the same age. Yes, Mandingo. Y'all don't know about Mandingo. Kenny Norton. Kenny Norton played Mandingo. I'll never forget it. That was my father-in-law's best friend.
Oh,
That's why I know who you're talking about. That movie, yeah. I'm not going to go off into detail, but yes, absolutely.
well, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. That movie was no joke. Absolutely, Michelle. Michelle said, I hope that Nolan consumes every second of the perpetrator's walking and sleeping moments. Hmm. You can't rest. You can't rest. I don't care how much money you have.
Right.
You can have all the money in the world and still be tortured.
For real. For real.
And like I said, I'm not saying that one particular one did anything specific to him. However, their movements
Hmm.
perpetrate a cover up.
It does. It really does. It's just it's making sense
Hmm.
that something happened,
Yes,
and
something
those
happened,
boys know what happened.
and
They do.
it very well could have been an accident. But if that's
Right.
the case, then damn it, say so. Don't
Hmm.
feed us a line of bullshit that you left him there. I'm
Right.
sorry, that's not right.
Your story ain't coming to fruition. It fell apart. It's not holding up.
Modown said he drowned. Stop acting like it was some race bullshit. We're not saying that racism killed him, Modown. We're not
Right.
saying that. And
No, this it
since
just happens to be
since you seem to think he drowned Modown, tell me where the evidence is, because Mississippi has
right.
the evidence and they won't release it to verify the story that they're telling. So please, if you want us to believe what you're telling us, reveal the information that has the answer. Don't just
Yeah.
pull out he drowned, take my damn word for it. That don't
Hello.
fly no more. And so
Mm-mm.
therefore we can't help but act like this is a race issue.
Exactly. We cannot pretend that
Tell
something
me
didn't
where the evidence
happen
that he
because
did.
there's a whole life involved. He
Exactly.
drowned, so businesses. Let's continue. Nothing to see here. What the hell
This
do
is
you
what I'm
mean?
asking you, Mo Down. You said he drowned. You said right here, he drowned. Stop acting like it was some race bullshit. And I'm asking you the very thing that you just put in the chat. Tell me where the fucking evidence that he did. Tell me where the
Yeah,
evidence is that he did. You know where
please.
the evidence is? It's in the pieces that they kept behind so the
Hello.
second pathologist couldn't find out the truth, because the truth is that he didn't drown.
He
That's
didn't.
that's what I believe, because if he did
Exactly.
drown, they would have been more than happy to turn that over to the second pathologist to see. See,
Right.
he
And there hasn't
drowned.
been a
But
ruling.
no,
Yeah,
he
they
didn't
didn't
drown.
say that he drowned. There's no evidence of that. There's no evidence from the coroner's office that he drowned. And we supposed to just believe
Yeah,
that
we supposed to.
and not
So
investigate
Modown
it?
don't even believe it, because Modown says, "Tell me where the evidence that he did." You said he did. That ain't enough evidence for you, Modown, because chances are you. Let me shut up. You
Well,
just
here's the
contradict
thing.
yourself.
Right, here's the thing.
Bless
You
your
have
heart.
no evidence, like Auntie Mickey said, that he drowned. None
Modown,
whatsoever.
Modown know what he talking about. Dummy shit. Toxicology report, it's standard practice. So is examination of the lungs and the stomach and the trachea and the
Exactly.
because chances are they found something on that throat that they're withholding. That's what looks like foul play.
And the toxicology report hasn't come back yet.
Exactly. Well, see, this is what Mr. Modown seems to think, that we're stupid and we can't figure it out, that the toxicology report is the only thing that's going to show that he drowned. Drowning is the easiest motherfucking thing to figure out when someone
Right.
drowns. You can tell
Right.
immediately in an
Mm-hmm.
autopsy. You don't have to wait for a toxicology report. Big ass
Hello.
dummy. You getting the fuck out of my chat at this point because you done got me pressed. Bye.
Uh-oh.
These people, they come in here, they think that they know so damn much and don't know a damn thing.
No, they don't. And the assumption and assuming and talking about he drowned and you have no evidence of that, it's a slap in the face.
Mhm. DJ Rilla said they kept the throat because he was in a chokehold, in my opinion. You know what? And that's a
My
very
sister said that.
plausible. That's a very plausible reason that they would keep that to prevent
Hmm.
someone else from finding that. That is why this has become so big because the
Right.
moves they're making,
The moves they're
they're
making,
hiding shit.
they're hiding it. They're hiding his whole neck to determine if there was water in there or not.
If
Mm,
they kept
mm,
the
mm.
throat, if they kept the larynx, and come to find out that that had been impeded somehow, then that means that he got choked and passed out,
Yep.
or even died.
Yep. Suffocated.
But see, if he suffocated and couldn't breathe, he can't drown
Right. And there's no evidence leading to him drowning.
because they took the evidence necessary to come up to those conclusions.
Right.
They took the evidence to come up with the proper conclusions because they want everybody to stop talking about this shit and keep it pushing.
Right. Oh, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then some of these people that come up in these chats are paid to come up in these chats and throw out this bullshit.
Oh yeah. They're trolls running around saying the opposite of what is real.
Woggy says if he
Uh-huh.
did, he's the most fittest. Is that supposed to be bitch? Are you calling him a bitch? You know, your time is up too, because you. I'm trying to give you guys a platform to speak, and then you guys want to come in here and be disrespectful, and that I
Disrespectful
will
to the
not stand
dead.
for. You go on your own platform
Jesus.
and say all that bullshit that you're throwing out there, and then you wonder why people snap back at you.
Mm, mm, mm.
You wonder why people snap back at you.
Right.
But oh, you know, I'm a firm believer when old folks say what goes around comes around.
I
That's
do
all I'm gonna
too.
say. That's all I'm gonna say. The fact that they kept his phone and his keys, that right there, that was against the law. Kept his phone and keys. They didn't
Mm,
give it to her. Somebody had to come to the house and literally damn in a mob and say, "Where's his damn keys at? I mean, where's his phone at?"
mm.
Tampering with evidence, that is a crime.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it
Tampering
is.
with evidence is a crime in itself, regardless of how he passed. If it was an accident and you withheld information, that's tampering with evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Jail.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period. Jail time. Michelle said, "My brother in law drowned, but his hyoid and throat were not removed during the autopsy. My son drowned. They didn't have to remove his shit either.
Wow.
But we knew he drowned.
It's the cover up.
We knew he drowned.
This is what's not going to happen.
And here, let me give you another little tidbit since we talking about drowning in America.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't never talked about this. They took their damn time coming out to look for my son's body.
Did they?
They took their damn time, just like they took their damn time to look for Nolan.
Yeah.
Because here we are, we got a bunch of black folks out here having a good time, and he went down right there, pointed to the area he was sitting at. And do you think they went there to find him?
Mm.
No, they went way down farther. And then he comes back to me a few hours later, once it's obvious he's dead, and says,
Right.
Man, we're sorry, we were looking in the wrong place.
Mm.
You could have saved him.
Right.
So don't tell me shit about what's drowning and what's not drowning.
Right.
And how law enforcement treats black people versus white people.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
How do you not find a drowned body, but 25 hours later?
Wow.
25 hours later?
That's a long time.
And we ain't talking about in no ocean.
A lake.
We talking about a man-made lake.
Wow.
So I know how they behave. Oh, shit.
You okay?
Yeah. Deck said, who took the pictures of them on the boat? Who? That's a good question, Deck.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who it's possible. I'm not saying for sure. But they did come out with this new guy. What's his name? Bart. Maybe it was Bart. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. So the person on the phone was not Bart.
No, the person on the phone was Wyatt.
Wyatt.
Yeah. Okay, Skull Crusher.
So it's Wyatt, Warren, and
So
Bart.
what's called? What are you referring to? What is the purpose of that statement? What are you explaining in that particular statement? Please tell me it's about my son. Please tell me you're referring to my son in that statement, so I can boot your racist ass out of here too. Because Currents had shit to do with it. He was found exactly where he went down.
Mm.
And what wasn't a lake? What are you talking about before I go in on you? Tell me what you're talking about.
Yeah, and what does the current... Yeah, who are you talking about, first of all?
Currents can carry your body away. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
However, this was a small man-made lake. Maybe are you referring to Horn Island, Skull Crusher?
I think so.
Okay. Then I get it. I get what you're saying. But I was speaking on something else, and then that popped up. Skull Crusher. Listen, let me make this clear to you. When I said when I was talking about a lake, I was not talking about Nolan, sir.
She was talking about her son.
When I was talking about the lake, I was referring to where my son passed away, where my son drowned. He drowned in a lake. Okay. So yeah, just as long as we got that cleared up, we're not talking about Nolan and saying that he passed away in a lake. But I'm making a statement as to what I have witnessed personally, how certain demographics are treated differently when it comes to search and seizure cases in which someone has been unalived investigative things such as that nature. If they're trying to investigate something that will benefit someone of a dark demographic, they drag their ass. But you let it be someone that's clear and they right on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the hell I'm saying.
Yes.
So no,
And
ain't
we're
nothing
still,
changed under the sun but the year. Oh, I know, Skull. I don't think you meant any harm. I don't think you meant any harm. That's why I wanted to clarify with you first what you meant. Okay? Skull Crusher said, not necessarily. My buddy drowned in 2003. Took 3 weeks for the medical report. I don't doubt it.
yeah.
I'm I'm just talking about the search of the body.
Mm.
I'm just talking about the search
I
of the
bet that
body.
was,
I
I
sat
bet
on
that
that
was
damn shore
devastating.
for 25 hours and wouldn't leave until they pulled my baby out of that water.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you, like, what, in those 24 hours, I bet you were like, what the hell? Where's my baby?
He was in that water. But
Mm,
see,
mm,
when they
mm,
had an opportunity to save him, they dragged their ass to get out there to save him.
mm,
That's the point I'm making. And when they finally got out there, they went way away from where he went down. This was
mm.
a man made lake. Lots of debris down there to get
Oh,
hung up
yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't have taken 24 hours to find him. It was daylight when they came out. And I
Mm,
understand trying to find someone in the dark. I understand that. But no effort was really made. They didn't really make an effort until the next day.
mm.
That's all I'm
Like
saying.
when it got dark, they said it was too dark and they had
Yeah,
to
when
call it
it was
off
too
or
dark to
something
really call.
stupid.
Yeah, we can't really. It's getting dark. You got lights on your boat. It's not that doggone dark. It's the 7th of July,
Right.
5:30 in the afternoon.
Mm.
So
Wow.
I know what I'm talking about, y'all. And we talking about a
Mm,
man whose son was next to him when it happened.
mm,
You can't do
mm,
it for that boy. You can't do it for his other son, his younger son that's standing on the side of the
mm.
bank
Looking
screaming his
for him.
daddy's name.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. The human side. Mm,
But
mm.
they've got a great track record of saving people in this area.
They do.
Yeah, well, depending on what demographic they are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's sad. Mm, mm, mm.
So all I'm saying is that I don't know what that mother is feeling because my son didn't go the same way in terms of the mystery. There was no mystery,
Yeah.
but I can honestly say that they didn't put much urgency in it.
Right.
Hold
Oh,
on, try to put
sorry.
on.
They think they slick. You're not smarter than me, not by far. You're not smarter than me at all. You're not no way. You're not even close to my intellectual capacity. You're not even close. And your heart is in the wrong place. You have no heart. You're evil. You're wicked. If there's a hell below, you're absolutely going to go. I have zero respect for you because I know you say the things that you say because you're wicked. You don't say it because you're some, you know, good-hearted, well-intentioned person. You want us to be silent so you can be comfortable. That ain't gonna never work with me. Expose these cowards. Expose these cowards. Expose these cowards. All day, every day. Y'all, all y'all content creators out there, keep your foot on the gas. Don't let up. Oh, they coming. They always come. They gonna try to troll you. They gonna try to do this and do that. Man, don't, just keep your foot on the gas. And when you get a chance, get your lick back. No more talk.
No more talk. I hear you, hon. Oh, Jesus. Well, just like he said, keep your foot on their neck.
Yep.
Tracy Shorter said something that make a lot of sense. And I've been saying this for a long time too as well. Because at Maureen Ingleson, they no longer wear white hoods. They are in high ranks in our government, law enforcement, medical to perform their demonic agendas. And that, unfortunately, I know that a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that is the hard to swallow truth. It's the hard to swallow truth that it's not just about race, it's about economics. It is also about economics.
Yeah.
But it's more so in this particular case. See, Nolan's
It's
parents
about
ain't
right.
broke.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan's parents are far from broke.
Right.
See, the difference between Nolan and those white boys is that Nolan had places to go and shit to do, and he was the shit because he was authentic.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to be rich to make it. He didn't have to have a silver spoon in his mouth to claw his way out there to the football field and score all those touchdowns and get on the basketball court and score all those baskets and whatnot, and be a good student on top of it.
Right.
See, what has been the norm in this country is that black people have had to do 10 times as good just to be equal, just to be considered equal. They've had
Just
to
to be
go
considered
above and
equal.
beyond.
You're
And half
right.
of these folks think that, oh, they only good for shucking and jiving like that bootlicker that did the interviews. See, that's a sad situation for a black man in America.
It really is. For him to sit there and to almost pander to them.
To sit there and make a living. See, he knows what he's doing.
That too. Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He is playing for a certain demographic that loves
Yeah.
to watch that shit go down. Oh, Massa, I tap dance for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Massa, I keep him in check. Come here.
Yeah.
Come on over here.
There
You
you
know,
go.
Massa said this, Massa said that. You better not,
Mm-hmm.
don't you look at that white man in his eye.
Right.
Come on
Mm.
now. Black folk wasn't put here for your entertainment.
Right.
But yes, we are very entertaining.
Yeah.
If we weren't, half of them wouldn't try to mimic us.
Exactly.
Wilbur, I do it for you, Boss Tatum. I do it for you. See, we have some people in this country of a darker persuasion that is actually doing a disservice to their own people when they throw that handkerchief up on top of their head and kowtow to the very people that hate us,
Mm.
simply so they can get a few extra dollars in their pocket. But how do you live with yourself?
How do you live with yourself?
Your mama is the same color
Ooh,
as you.
sellout.
Is that how you feel about your mama?
Good question.
Is that how you feel about your daddy? You're so self-hating that you
Mm,
hate everything about yourself.
yeah,
So you will go out there and kowtow to those that hate because you don't feel good about yourself.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's sad.
It really
It's
is.
actually very sad. And to think that you don't even realize, brother, I'm talking to the bootlicker now, if you happen to be
Right.
watching. The same God that made them white folks you kowtow to is the same God that made you.
Yep.
But you ain't gonna give him the glory for you. You gonna give him the glory for them because
Right.
you make it your life's worth to go out there and every chance you get demean black people.
Yeah,
Not
your own
individually,
people.
but as a race of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Preach.
Every black woman out there ain't having 12 kids and no daddy. Every black man out there is not going to prison for petty theft.
That's the
And
kind of stuff he talk about.
never do you ever even interject the possibility of economics.
Mm,
Never do you consider that. See, there's some poor white folks out there too that's doing some of the same shit you shucking and jiving about black
mm,
people, but you ain't talking about them. You just
right.
talking about the black people
That's
because
it.
there's more black folks out there that's going through some changes financially than white
Very much.
folks because there's more elite white people out there than elite black people, and even the elite black people aren't out there paying to see shit like you because they
Right.
got some pride about themselves. But you know, you found you a way to, boy, you got a corner on the market on
Yeah,
cruise.
he sure does.
You done grabbed yourself a nice little section of the market for just you because ain't nobody else so self-hating to get out there and sell themselves and their own race out for some money
That's the money.
and then have the audacity to put officer in front of your name. I'm glad you ain't a cop no more.
Right. He's probably one of them that was throwing us in jail, hurting us,
Oh yeah, there's a few out
racial
there.
profiling us.
There's a
Hmm.
few out there, but I'm curious, what could have possibly happened to that black coon to make him so hateful against his own people?
I
That's
think
my
it is the
question.
money. I think he's a sellout. He sold his soul for $1.
Wait a minute, Tracy. Let me put this up.
I wonder who his audience is.
White people. Didn't you hear Warren say he watches him?
Okay.
Hmm. A lot of white people watch him because there's a lot of white people that secretly, let me add this, secretly sit in their cozy homes where nobody else can see what they're doing, and
Oh, yeah.
they may come across as non-racist out there in the public, but when they get behind closed doors, they feed that same racist behavior. And I'm
Hmm.
not saying they themselves do, but there are people like that.
Right.
Tracy Shorter says, we need to ask Tatum, why did you leave Tucson PD for streaming? Did you sell your soul as a plant for money? Hmm, that's a
Yep.
good question. Why did you leave Tucson Police Department? Did they give you a get out of PD free card like in Monopoly
And
so you
as an
wouldn't be
investor,
expressed or exposed? I'm sorry, Lady Letitia. Go ahead and say what you were saying.
no, you're fine. I was just thinking he's supposed to be a police officer. And so if you're supposed to be all that and you're half-ass investigating this situation. He's so biased. He's
Very
biased.
biased. But see, he's not really investigating this situation. He was called upon to
Right.
interview. You know,
That's what really happened.
I saw the Facebook comment on his Facebook page that came from
You
Warren's
saw
brother.
it.
I
Wow.
saw it. I saw it.
Mm,
She reached out to him. She knew what his platform was based on. She
right.
reached out to him. Next thing you know, he's interviewing her son. That wasn't no coincidence. Mm-mm. Out of all the people that could have done that interview, and you go get the only black coon on YouTube who's got a platform to do it.
Right. So what they're trying to say, oh, since he's a black guy and he's saying it, that means it must be true. We don't listen to him. He's
Mm-mm.
not a part of our community.
But see, they're not playing for us. They're playing for the others.
Right.
They're
Exactly.
playing to that group of people that get a kick out of seeing this garbage spewed out on social media. Because it
Mhm.
ain't just YouTube, you know. It ain't just
Yeah.
YouTube. And oh, you know what? Let me pull some. Since I don't have nothing else to do, let me see. Let me see what I can find out. Let me see if I can find out something. What's this joker's name? Uh, let's see if we can find some family photos. Mr. Brandon, Officer Brandon. Do do do. Maybe it's on Facebook. Let's see what photos might be on Facebook. Oh, did he take his wife off of here? She's a homely looking something too. Albums. Oh man, I can't find it. I'd be all night trying to look for that, but because I'm not as affluent on social media as I
You're on his
should be.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Check his Instagram.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Uh oh. Uh oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't think I even have an Instagram account. Shame on me.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Oh, something popped up. Let me see what I can see. I don't like Instagram for some reason. I don't know. I'm old school. I'm
I don't
so
go on there too much either.
I was so stuck on Facebook before I started doing YouTube that it was a trip. Let's see. I almost put in Uncle Ruckus, but that's not what I want. It's not him. Um, okay. Well, that's not working. I don't like Instagram. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't go on there as much.
I can't navigate it that well. I really can't navigate it that well. I don't see why people love it so much, but that's them. That ain't me. That's a me problem. That is a me problem. I'm gonna try one more thing. Oh, shoot, it ain't giving me what I want. I'll just have to do it some other time. But yeah, if you seen his family, you'd probably understand where his head's
Oh,
at. You definitely understand where his head's at. But anyway,
mm.
that's it. I don't want to hurt y'all's, eyes either. Ugh, ugh. Anywho,
Oh, were you
oh,
trying to show us his family?
yep. I'm
You can
trying to
type
show.
in his name
I
in
did.
Google
I
and do
did.
image. You click on image,
Hey, let me try. Let me try. Let me try.
click on images.
I got to do something about this cursor too. Okay. Am I spelling his name wrong? Okay. There we go. Images. Let's see. What do we got to see? It's just images of him. Ugh.
You can put his wife. Say type. Just put wife next to his name and hit enter.
Ugh. I don't want to dox this fool. But it is public, isn't it?
Yes, that's public. You
Okay.
can't dox him. He's a public figure.
Public figure. Okay. That's all I needed to hear. That is all I needed to hear. Y'all see that?
Oh,
Let's see what this one
yeah.
look like. How come we can't see the whole picture?
Click on the picture one.
Here we
That one
go.
lady.
Oh my. Oh, let me. Yeah. That's wifey poo right there. Oh, I'm in love. I'm gonna leave that man alone because I really don't like. I don't like giving him any more than he deserves. I don't want to give him any more than he deserves. Oh, y'all. Well, I tell you one thing. I am happy to hear about Nolan's mother because she is going hard in the paint. She is going hard in the paint, making sure that they don't get away with as much as they think they get away with. She's filed a preservation notice. So the families have received notification to expect some lawsuits soon, very quickly. So it's about to get very interesting.
Yes,
Because
it
here's
is.
by filing this civil suit, she can in turn run a parallel investigation along with the city of Mississippi or the government, whoever. And the information that she is privy to is just as powerful as theirs. She can put down demands that they have to go. Look, you're going to testify, you're going to talk to me, you're going to talk to my attorneys, whoever. You will not mess with your cell phones, you will not delete anything off of your social media. The
Right
list
on,
is
Tamika. You're going through a
vast.
bad area.
The list is vast. So I just encourage y'all, if you want to really take a look at the list of stuff that they're going to have to come clean with Nolan's mama, the fight is on, y'all.
That is so good.
The
Usually
fight
they
is
don't do
on.
that until, Tamika, usually they don't do that until after the criminal case, isn't
Right,
it?
but in this particular case, when you've got one side that's pushing back so hard, you can't trust what they're doing. And plus, this is very expensive. What she's doing, what Ben Crump is
Yeah,
doing, is very very expensive. And that's where the elite people may have the upper hand, but the public, when the public becomes involved and they start digging in their pockets, don't forget Tyler Perry gave some money for toward the
right.
reward. I think the reward is up to $500,000 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
It's growing
Wow.
from what I
I
understand,
would have
and I know that
been
there's a
called in.
GoFundMe. There's a GoFundMe as well. So, you know, thank God for the public that really want this kind of stuff to just go away. Just stop it. It's got to end. This behavior's got to end.
Yeah, it's
But
got to
the
end, and no
systemic
one is
racism.
sweeping nothing under.
And the sad part is that unfortunately this has happened so many times with so many African American people that unfortunately we can't pay for everybody's cases to be solved. There's other cases just like Nolan's, just like them. There's one that
Yeah,
was done on the same day
just
as
like
Nolan, you know, but his
that's
particular story
horrible.
has literally traveled around the world, and now they've got ABC News out there. Let me see if I can pull up that biased ABC News report. Let me see if I can find it. This shit was ridiculous. You supposed to be unbiased, but we got to remember who they're owned by. I need a new laptop.
I do too. I need a new one too.
Let's see. Okay, this is the one where she subpoenas. Okay, let me see. What is this one? New details revealed about start of search. Let's see what this one's about. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to read this one. Okay, new details revealed about start of search for Nolan Wells as worried parents and coach went looking for answers. A police report from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources also shows some initial investigative steps taken before Wells was found dead on Horn Island. There's got to be a better way to do this. Um, no, this isn't the one I want. This isn't the one I want. Can y'all hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay, yeah, because it's on Instagram for some reason. It's on, and Instagram won't play for me, so I'll just let this go. I'll just let this go, but yeah, I'm gonna let this go because I'll be on here all night going through this. But anyway, I've been on here for 2 hours and 34 minutes. I think it's time for me to go take a nap. I'm telling you the truth. Because I get so worked up about it. It infuriates me that they're playing in our face. And, it doesn't help when we get people that come into the chats to stir up problems and then say that we're being racist when you come in here with the disrespect. Who's being racist? You know what I'm saying?
Right, totally.
Anyway, I almost called you Auntie Mickey. Auntie Letitia.
Yeah,
Letitia, I want to thank you so much for dropping by this evening. You really made it a little easier for me to go there. And
thank you for coming. Thank you for having me.
is there anything you want to say to everybody before we close this shop down?
I just want to say thank you for having me. Thank you, chat, for being so awesome. Continue to support our girl. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out and hit the share button. And tell somebody about it, about Auntie Mickey,
Absolutely.
because this is a extremely important conversation.
Definitely, y'all. Keep it out there. Keep it out there in the mix. Don't let the story die down. If you sitting on a bus going somewhere, strike up a conversation with the person next to you and tell them, "Have you heard about Nolan?"
Yes.
Keep it out there because that's what they want to happen. They
Yeah,
want it to go away, and us
they do.
content creators are not going to let that happen.
No,
So I want to thank all of y'all for coming, and you guys have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, and God bless y'all. Good night.
Hey there, my kinfolk. Thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.